It's your girl Asia from the Race Fango channel. Welcome back to my channel. Just want to give you guys a little update before I get into my Degrassi season 4 series review deep dive. Just a little update for you guys. First of all, I am still waiting for Found to drop episode 17. I was really planning on watching it tomorrow so I could come on here and do a review, but I'm really guessing it's going to take some time. So like I said, once they drop episode 17, I'm going to watch it as fast as I can and get on here to do a review, because I didn't even see my girl drop a review on the episode, so they must have haven't dropped it yet. So once that drops, I will be on here as fast as I can to do a review. And I have more cartoons I do want to talk about. I want to talk about Cartoon Network's version of Mad. How I feel like Mad is really an underrated banger from Cartoon Network that people like to pretend like they don't remember. I want to talk about Kick Badowski from Disney Channel being another underrated banger. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm going to be reviewing Big Mouth seasons from 1 through 4 because I just got into Big Mouth. I'm gonna be doing episode reviews for seasons 1 through 4. I'm wrapping up season 4 now, so I can get on here as fast as I can to talk about seasons 1 through 4, talk about the characters, just talk about how I feel about the show so far, and then I'm gonna do a review for seasons 5 through 7 once I get done with those. So I will also be doing that as well, and then season 8 for Big Mouth for B is one big old series, season review by itself. You feel me? And then I am rewatching some cartoons. I am my Netflix bill needs to be paid. So once I pay my Netflix bill, once I get paid, I am going to finish Avatar: The Last Airbender. I've been watching that very slowly because you have to. I didn't want to be like episode 15, episode 16. I didn't want to rush into it because with Avatar, you do have to make sure you pay attention to the storylines, to the stories that's being told, and pay attention to the characters in the Fire Nation and things like that. So once I do finish the whole series for Avatar seasons 1 through 3, I will be on her to give my full series review. I am currently rewatching Ben 10, Proud Family, American Dragon, Kim Possible. Any cartoons I can't remember, I am currently on the road of rewatching. So that's my little update. I would, be on her as fast as I can with series as I'm watching them, cartoons, whatever it might be. I will try to do my best to be on her as fast as I can the next day. As for today's video, we are back today with another Degrassi deep dive for season 4. Let's get into it. Degrassi season 4 is definitely top 3, top 2 seasons Degrassi has ever made. After they just got done with a bomb-ass season of season 3, they just went ahead and said, you know what, we're gonna write another bomb-ass season. They knew the fucking assignment for season 4, and I fucking love season 4. Even though there are some things I wasn't a fan of. Like I said, I wasn't a fan of how they didn't do much with Ellie or didn't do much with Sean. They were just in a relationship. They gave Ellie that episode of where called, I got my other phone right here. They gave Ellie the episode called... Damn, when is her episode at? I know it was earlier in the season. Episode 5 for season 4 called Anywhere I Lay My Head. I really have a bone to pick with this episode now that I go and watch it. I mean, I don't hate it. I really do love it because I feel like Ellie is one of those characters they were doing something with in season 3, and then they kind of just fucking forgot that they were doing something with her character. My only problem with this episode was that had they not wrapped up her storyline as quick as they did, they wouldn't have done this. You feel me? I feel like in season 3 that they shouldn't have just... when she was self-harming herself, they shouldn't let the cat out of the bag so quick. She shouldn't have saw a guidance counselor that fast. Not in my opinion. I don't think so. I feel like she should have still been cutting when she was still seeing Sean, and I feel like Sean should have confronted her about her hurting herself and lying to him about how she's saying she wasn't. And they could have did something where Ellie did cut herself because she got into an argument with Sean and she cut the wrong vein. She was bleeding out to death and she had to go to the hospital. That would have been a great ending to her character, because now it's she really does need help because she thought she could keep doing this to herself and one day she wouldn't cut the wrong vein and she would bleed out to death. You feel me? So it's just they could have kept her that storyline going. I don't think it should have been something that ended in one episode in season 3. And then in season 4, you do an episode where she's not cutting herself, but Sean does have his own place, and she does stay there a lot because her mother is drinking a lot. Sean proposes that she moves in with him, and she's considering it. And when her mom, basically got wasted and wasn't, she let the stove on, and their house like almost burns down. She moves in with Sean. Sean throws her a welcome home party. Her mother finds out, and Ellie finally tells her mother that her mother drinking made her cut herself. Her mom went and got help, and then Ellie officially moved in with Sean. I just think when I watched the episode, it's a little underwhelming when it comes to her character, because I feel like had they not wrapped up her self-harming episode in season 3, they wouldn't be back in the corner to where it's like less like in her storyline completely. It's just underwhelming because in season 3 you did it and you stopped it. She gets nothing for the rest of season 3. She just was Sean. She's barely in season 4. You give her one episode about her storyline, and then it's just done. Like, Ellie is really one of those characters I really do like in Degrassi, and I connect with her character a lot. And it's just, it kind of irritates me how they were so quick to just shut her storylines down as fast. And then Sean does nothing this season. I mean, they literally waited to give him an episode after the shooting, which is episode 9, Back in the Black. I mean, I do feel like he definitely deserved it, because I feel like Sean is one of those characters I think the Degrassi community kind of sleep on and feel like, oh, he don't do shit. I feel like in episode 9, he definitely showed he one of them ones. He's one of the boys. He's one of the guys. He acted his ass off. I really enjoyed his episode, for real, for like him going back to see his parents and just confronting his mom about how you basically like pushed me out of your life. You're getting on TV and acting like you're the victim and you did nothing wrong when honestly you weren't much of a parent. And then him going to his parents, like basically admitting that he felt like he killed Rick. Definitely some of the top 2 scenes to ever be filmed in Degrassi. And that's just on period. But I fuck with Degrassi season 4 though. I really do. Like, I feel like season 4 is definitely one of them ones. It definitely belongs in a top 5 conversation. No doubt. Degrassi season 4 was really fucking good. Like, when it came to episodes and scenes, they did their big one. I'm not even gonna lie. The writers sat in the writing room and knew what the fuck the assignment was, knew what they needed to do, and they definitely accomplished it. I'm not even gonna cap to you. There was something else I didn't like in this season. I'm going to get into the things I liked, and then, first of all, let me just talk about the things I didn't like, and then I'm going to get to the things that I definitely did like. I didn't like how they broke up Paige and Spinner. Don't get me wrong, I do feel like before they added Manny giving Spinner attention, Spinner was already a shitty boyfriend, because I feel like in the first 2 episodes of Paige, losing her court case because of her being sexually assaulted, I feel like he was trying to victim blame her and trying to tell her that what she went through isn't as big of a deal, and why the fuck is she still carrying it around her. That kind of blew me, because it's like, Spinner, for you to even ask your girlfriend that, and you clearly haven't been listening to her, and you obviously don't understand the pain she went through that night. Spinner was just a really shitty boyfriend in season 4. Like, the fact that he just was willing to melt and act like he didn't have a girlfriend when Manny came around. Like, Manny really wasn't shit. And then I really want to say her and Paige are friends, because they're not. But it's more like, girl, you're on a cheerleader squad with Paige. And at the end of the day, you did the fundraiser for Paige to raise money for the cause. And while you were doing that, you were falling in love or starting to like her boyfriend. Girl, you're not shit. And then in the second half of the season, when Paige started messing around with Mr. Oleander, it just pisses me off more when Manny pretends like she don't know why Paige got smoked with her. Like, girl, are you fucking forgetting that you took her man and then dated him? Why are you so surprised when it's smoke whenever Paige see you? Like, Manny plays the fuck out of being a victim. Don't get me wrong, many had no right to go around the school and say that Paige was seeing Mr. Olander. Not to the students. It's like, girl, if you're gonna tell someone, you should have went to the fucking principal, not tell Hazel, and then Hazel runs her mouth and wants to tell everybody and their mama about your relationship with this teacher. It's like, Manny, if you was gonna open your mouth and tell people about Paige being Mr. Olander, you should have told a fucking adult. Telling Hazel or telling someone that's your age, it does nothing, because at this point you're just spreading around drama. Can't necessarily say it's a rumor because it's true, but y'all understand what I'm trying to say. Like, y'all see what I'm trying to say, but it's like Paige had every right to be mad at Manny, and then Manny tried to play like she was victim. They try to say, "Oh, Paige was jealous of Manny." Like, no. Yes, when Paige was in her relationship with Mr. Olander, or whenever she had something going on when it had to do with her court cases, why do Manny feel like she should get an award because she took over for Paige? It's like, yeah, I had other shit going on to where I really couldn't be a captain, but I'm feeling better now to where I can't take the lead. It's like, girl, are you want to cook or something? And it's like, Manny, you're not the captain of, what is the name of their cheerleader squad? Shit, do they even have a name? Hold on. Degrassi. It's kind of crazy that they had a cheerleader squad, because the power squad, because you don't really get to see them again until season 14. It's like, and I know this is totally off the record, but it's like you totally forget Degrassi even has a power or a cheerleader squad until you watch season 14 when they call them the Panthers. So it's just kind of crazy because after the OG era, it's like they totally forget they were even, that they even had a cheerleader team is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, like, Manny, you expecting some type of big ass award? Like, Manny just annoying. Like I said, I don't hate her, but I just feel like people put her on this pedestal where they feel like she has never did anything wrong, and it pisses me off because, like I just said, Manny was the one who took Spinner from Paige. Period. And for Manny to act like she don't know why Paige wants smoke with her or why it's always up when she see her, girl, you must be stupid than you look. And that's just how I feel. I feel like the whole Manny and Paige, I feel like the whole Manny and Spinner shit was definitely something I didn't like. I feel like it was completely unnecessary. You do a whole episode where they like each other at the car wash, and then you do an episode where Spinner shows up at Paige's job, was being a complete asshole. Spinner and Craig are arguing about Manny, and Craig says that Spinner always been jealous of him and Manny's relationship, and that Craig is jealous of Spinner and what Manny got going on. I just thought that's weird because it's like, when has that ever been something where Spinner was jealous of Manny and Craig's relationship? When he literally called her a slut in season 3 to JT, called her easy. Now, this same girl who was a slut and wasn't shit, now all of a sudden you want her pussy because she giving you attention. It's like, niggas are so funny. It be the ones who say you ugly or say you ain't shit, and they be the ones who be and then they be the ones who be want to be all up in your fucking DMs and want to say, "Oh, I've always liked you." It made no sense for Craig to be jealous over Spinner and Manny when she literally was your side chick and you used her as that. I mean, other than, okay, they're boys, so it's like they have jealousy and they can't control it. But at the same time, I guess you could say that was a relationship between Craig and Manny. Me personally, I beg to differ. It was more like she was a side chick. But Craig, I could see it as, she lost her virginity to me and I got her pregnant, right? So I could see why he feel like he has that aspect of being jealous. But if Spinner would listen to Craig, he would have saved himself the trouble, because like Craig said, getting involved with Manny while you're in a relationship, it does nothing but cause trouble, because she's going to want you to break because she doesn't have enough respect to want you while you're out of a relationship, right? She wants to give you blowjobs and all this and other shit while you're in a relationship because she don't want to wait while you're not in one. You feel me? So had Spinner listened to Craig, he would have saved himself a lot of trouble. That's just how I feel. He would have saved himself a lot of trouble. I feel like Paige definitely deserved justice. I feel like her court cases will rob from her. I feel like, and you know, it's nothing new. Women go through this all the time, not being believed by a jury. Women suffer a lot for not getting the justice that they really do deserve. I feel like Paige should have won her court cases because it's like she doesn't have no reason to sit here and lie about something that happened that night she got sexually assaulted. What's the reason? What's the fucking reason? And to think this her getting sexually assaulted happened in season 2, it has been years since that has happened and she's just now getting a court hearing about what happened that night. That's crazy. That just shows how fucked up the justice system is when it comes to delivering justice the right way. I didn't feel like Paige should have got justice. That's definitely something that kind of irritates me when I do watch this season. Like, Paige definitely deserved justice. I do not care for JT and Liberty's build up. I do not care for JT and Manny's relationship. I do not care for Craig and Ashley's relationship, their build up and all that. I don't care for any of that. I never cared. If Craig was not with Ellie, I don't give a fuck about none of the bitches they try to put him with. Not Ashley, not Manny, nobody. I do not care about none of Marco's storylines in this season because believe me, he got a whole fucking lot of them. I don't care for Paige and Mr. Odenlander's relationship or the storyline that's around that. I feel like they could have did more with Paige after her relationship with Spinner. For her relationship with an older guy, that just made me, it just rubbed me the wrong way because first of all, he should have got arrested. There should be no fucking way that she was with this guy until season 5 and they broke up in that one episode. That makes no sense. Like, none whatsoever. That literally makes no sense. I was not a fan of putting Paige in this relationship after what you did earlier on with her character. I just feel like that was like, I just feel like it was a slap in the face for real, for real. Let's talk about what was really the highlight of this motherfucking season. And that is Time Will Stand. Time Will Stand Still. Episode 7 and 8 are called Time Stands Still, Part 1 and Part 2. These are the highlights of this season. I don't care what nobody else try to tell you. These are the highlights of this season. Point blank period. They are the highlights of this season. Rick coming back to school started a lot of chaos. It definitely did because number one, he put Terry in the hospital, right? So off top, him coming back to school and thinking that he was just going to be making nice with everyone and thinking everyone was going to be his friend. He was obviously delusional, like very fucking delusional. He came back in episode 4 called Mercy Street. I don't really care for any of the B plots in that episode. Everything concerning Rick was really the most interesting shit, like him getting bullied and everything like that. I didn't have a problem with him being friends with Toby because I feel like it kind of made sense for him to be friends with Toby. What I didn't like was Toby getting X'd out or being like looked at as the devil or as the Antichrist because when Rick needed a friend, when everybody was bullying him, he offered to be his friend. I didn't like that Toby was getting ostracized for that because at the end of the day, he don't really know too much about what Rick did, and on top of that, he wasn't really friends with Terry. So yes, he can have sympathy towards what her situation about her being in a hospital, being in a coma. But at the end of the day, me personally, I wouldn't care too much, and I'm not saying that because it's like I'm not empathetic because I am. It's more like she was really never my friend, so it's like I don't want to pretend like I knew her and Rick's situation or their relationship when I didn't know much. But it's like I do feel like Terry did not deserve to happen what happened to her with the whole Rick situation. But Toby wasn't friends with Terry and he wasn't friends with Rick, so it's like it kind of made sense for him to be like, oh, he didn't know what Rick did. You feel me? But I feel like Rick came back in episode 4 of season 4, and I thought that was a really good episode. Like, this started the whole rivalry for what was about to happen in the school shooting episode. Like, everybody was bullying him. Don't get me wrong, yes, Emma did start it, and it's like they do such a good job in that episode with Rick being bullied, because you kind of feel bad for him, because it's like, I understand he did what he did to Terry, which was really a piece of shit, and he should have walked into Degrassi thinking off top that he was going to be making friends or thinking shit was going to be cool. He shouldn't thought that. I understand him trying to make amends, but it's like at the end of the day, you was beating our friend and you put her in the hospital. What did you think was going to happen when you came into the school? And then it's like, I understand Emma started the whole hate Rick train, but I feel like I have to blame the fucking principal, because it's like, why the fuck would you even bring a kid back to this school when he put a fucking kid in a coma? It's like you set him up to get bullied. And yes, Emma started, but she was the one to nip it in the bud with the bullying, because it leads to nowhere. We keep bullying him, it's not going to lead to much. And then the part 1 and part 2 episodes with the school shooting were very fucking good. They were very emotional. They exceeded my expectation. They were just great. I fucking loved them. And I feel like all the episodes after that, with certain people getting the individual episodes like Sean and Emma, I feel like Emma's episodes are definitely overlooked. And I think it's because a lot of people didn't like the storyline they gave her, like, you know, having PTSD and then giving Jay blowjobs because of it. Granted, she was in a lot of pain and she was like trying to find a distraction. Would I love had they done something else for her to deal with her pain other than giving a guy a blowjob? Maybe. But at the same time, I think y'all concerned about the wrong thing, because Jay took advantage of her situation. Jay knew what happened at the school shooting, and he took advantage of that, because there should be no reason why he was so cool with her doing what she was doing to him when she was not in the right state of mind. That's just how I feel. I feel like Jay definitely took advantage of her, and I feel like if y'all don't agree, y'all can kiss my ass. But I'm definitely going to give Degrassi a 10 out of 10. Degrassi was a 10 out of 10 season. Degrassi season 4 was definitely a 10 out of 10 season. It's definitely one of them ones. Top 3, like I said, hell, even top 2 if it's your list. It's definitely one of those seasons. It has a lot of drama, a lot of everything. Oh my God, Craig's episodes versus Carrie, part 1 and part 2 episodes with him getting diagnosed with bipolar. Fucking amazing. Like, if y'all thought Craig was eating us up with his acting skills in season 2, and season 4 he shut us all the fuck up. Like, that scene with him and Joey in the house is one of the most intense scenes ever. Jake Epstein, you did your motherfucking big one in those part 1 and part 2 episodes. Everyone give a round of applause to motherfucking Jake Epstein, because when he walked into Degrassi, he changed the landscape for acting. Like I always say, for that nigga to only be 15 when he joined the show, and he was acting like Al Pacino or Robert De Niro, like he been in the game for years, that's crazy. But like I said, season 4 is definitely one of the ones for Degrassi. It's definitely a season I can definitely rewatch. And I can't say that a lot when it comes to the OG era seasons. Season 3, season 4 are definitely seasons I can definitely rewatch, without a doubt. But this is my season 4 deep dive review. Catch you guys on my season 5 review.